Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. When's the last time Halloween was on a Friday? Hope you guys like the decorations, the celebration. And we have a classic by request of um, a friend of mine. We are doing an Edgar Allan Poe poem for Halloween. Not any Edgar Allan Poe poem. We're doing The Raven. Um, yeah, this is a long one, and I'm like on my side right now. So if I have to catch my breath because I'm breathing a weird way, that's how it is. But I want to get this. Can y'all see the glittering going? All right. The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of some one gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Ah, I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the marrow, vainly I had sought to borrow, from books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the loss of Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with the fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened the door, darkness there and nothing more." Ooh. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber, turning all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window latest. Let me see, then, what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but, with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grace and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Thou, thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's pollution shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevance bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather that he fluttered, till scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by replies aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore." But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled the cushioned seat in front of a bird and bust and door. Then, upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore What this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing. To the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core, this and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamp light gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining, with the lamp light gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then the methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the truffled floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind of nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me, truly I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden if within the distant Aiden. It shall clasp a saint and maiden whom the angels named Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. By that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest in the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plum as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy break from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that window that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Thank you, Edgar. Guys, I think that's the longest one that we have done since beginning this channel. What did you have to say? Really? That's Edgar, though. That's Poe. That's like the GOAT, no? You do you. Harsh critic, man. Harsh critic. What about you back there behind the pumpkin? You liked the parts about the raven? I guess if you ask a cat about the poem that's named after a bird, it's gonna be there for the bird. That's my Halloween hot take. Damn, 8 minutes is crazy. We've been going. That was a long poem. Hope you guys are being safe on a Halloween Friday. Be safe out there. If you guys are drinking, find somebody to give you a ride home. If you guys are just partying, do it safely. Hope you guys are wearing a cool costume. First holiday poetry reading. I think we crushed it, y'all. I think we're doing pretty good. Very grateful for anybody's tuning in on this Halloween night. Yeah, much love, guys. It's currently 7:29, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 2 or 4 hours and 31 minutes from now, we're officially in the holiday season. Just saying. Just putting that out there. All right. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Saturday. Be safe out there. Happy Halloween. Much love, everybody. Good night.